So welcome back to Web Gaming Central, everybody. We're back in this really nice game, Democracy 3, and picking back up where we left, I should say. This screen is our quarterly report every 3 months, which is every turn for us. Let me say that differently. I don't know why I just said it that way. But for every turn we do, that's 3 months time, so that's a quarter. So here we are. Normally we get some important information at this screen. Get different reports, but we can always bring this screen back up because once you click one of these, it's going to take you to the main screen again. So you have to actually come back to the screen to, properly, for example, like this. I click this, we're back to this screen. So folks, right now we're in the beginning of our campaign. 47% our polls went up there. People like us. Okay. One thing I found out about this, folks. I found out about this game that I should definitely let you know. Okay. As far as the voting, right, you have to get people excited about voting or get them to become activists, pretty much. Not so much activists, because even in your most committed voters, you're not always going to get someone who will become an activist. But in this case, you want people to come out and vote. And I'm going to give you this little bit of information. These yellow marks, so for example, socialist, commuter, capitalist, religion, they all have the middle way, so they have the orange icon or the orange bar. That basically lets you know to a degree that these folks are on the fence about you. Even if it's far over here, like religious, right? It's still orange. They're on the fence. These folks are not really gonna come out and vote in huge numbers. They're not. On the other hand, the folks with the green who really love me, the conservatives love me, the state employees, the poor, the patriot, and the retired folks, they're coming out to vote for me, okay? Now, the liberals, the environmentalists, parents, and trade unionists are most likely going to vote against me because they do not like me right now. So, keep that in mind, folks. Yeah, that is actually a realistic aspect of this game. In this game, if you don't win these people over, you won't see a lot of that group come out and vote for or against you, for the most part. Or maybe they will vote against you, I don't know. But they'll be torn. Which is pretty much self-explanatory, of course. But, I just felt like sharing that with you. So let's get right over to it. Enough yappity yapping. What do we I kind of forgot what we did last time, but let's see. Actually, we didn't. Didn't we just come into the game? I think so. So this screen lets you know these are our activists. We're very outnumbered right now. The members of our party are very small. I should have picked something different because our members are ridiculous. No, maybe I shouldn't have. I can still actually win these people over, these groups over. So let's try to do that. I want to win the middle income class over. That's going to be tough though because they are looking at taxes. That's the only thing they really care about. So I need to first keep the conservatives and on my side. And that's a big group right there. So I'm going to keep them on my side. Everyone, I don't know why tobacco tax is one thing that really affects these folks. But I'm going to take that down because I want everyone to like me. It's a good idea, Why not get people like me? So folks are going to smoke more freely. Maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. But I want to win those guys over even more, which I pretty much have them. But let's see a group that I can really probably reel in a little bit. Small business grants, that is something I can do, but that's a very small group. Let's find one that's a fairly big group, like capitalists and socialists. A lot of their issues, foreign aid, let's see. Yeah, that would win them over. Foreign relations, which is a good thing to have going on. Let's go ahead and win some people over some more, okay? Don't want to lose too much on the patriot. So I know one thing I probably don't want to get into doing is choosing policies based on that criteria that I just mentioned to you. I should look at these policies and go by what I believe in for the most part, and I guess that's a dilemma because on one hand you want to be voted back into office. On the other hand, you really do want to solve problems. Let's see, what about capitalists? What are they into? Of course, tax is another issue. State health services. Now, capitalists, That state health service is gonna be tricky. Got labor laws. Labor laws, that's another thing. Shucks. And if I mess with state pensions, I'm messing with the retired and the poor. Two people who are firmly in my graces. The unemployment benefit, I'm gonna mess with that. The capitalists are really a tough group to please here. Technology grants. Who else does that affect? Just the capitalists, huh? Now, you know what? I think I will. I think I'm going to take technology way up here. The religious members are not going to be happy about it. Unemployment will go down. So, you know, I'm going to do that. Another thing I want to do is education, which is, how can I affect? State schools is a good way to affect that, by the way. And I think it would make those folks happy. So this is really just making people happy here. Poverty would go down, unemployment would go down. This is definitely a good one to push up, but that's going to hurt our GDP. Oh man, it's going to hurt our GDP. But I need more points anyway there to earn that. So let's hit that next turn. We have a surplus now, but that's going to go away fairly quickly. So we have a stress epidemic. Wow, that's okay. Alright, this guy is not happy. Okay, that has to do with the labor laws, by the way. But let's read it. You know, I should have did that because it's just annoying. Anyway, doctors have warned that our businesses are working people too hard, which is leading to dangerously high levels of stress for people with full-time jobs. There are calls for limits on the hours that people work to be better enforced by central government. There we go. Okay. Now we're back into a deficit, by the way. And I do want to reel that in. But if I do that... Oh, man. If I do... You know what? Patrol tax. Car usage will go down. Motorists are not going to like me, but that is okay. I am perfectly fine with that. And I'm going to have to wait till the next turn to raise that. But I'm going to raise that. Maybe that'll give us some more money. Liberals hate us right now. Not caring too much. But let's see here. Well, I do care. You know, like I say, I care about everybody's point of view. And definitely not going to say I don't care about that, because I do. Let's see. Ooh. First of all, this is still going up. That's good. What was I just thinking? I lost my train of thought. Right, the deficit. I gotta watch that, and I do need some more capital to come in so I can make that one policy change. Oh, appoint U.S. ambassador. Okay, so our ambassador to the UN retires this year, and we need to name a successor as soon as possible. Much will be made of whether we appoint a hardliner who sticks up for the country, or someone more able to compromise. Rose Allen is well known as a patriot who will fight tooth and claw to get our interests represented at the UN, seen as a popular choice amongst patriotic and more conservative citizens. She is historically against foreign aid and a supporter of import tariffs. She is not popular internationally. Interesting. Sean Wilson is a popular figure on the international stage with a reputation for solving difficult problems through compromise and understanding. A true internationalist, he is popular with the liberals and socialists in our society, as well as foreign leaders. That is a very tough one. Wow. I'm going to appoint Rose Allen here, and because that's mainly the folks I'm trying to appease, as you can see, that may have some far-reaching effects. But now I can introduce this patrol tax, which will give us quite a few billion in revenue here, but that's going to really upset the motorists, which I need to find a way to appease them a little bit better. So let's see the things that they're interested in. Maybe the car tax I can drop down some. Yeah, because that's not going to affect us too big. And let's lower that. So that's going to appease the motorists a little bit. Don't want to make those folks really angry. Let's see. A motorist, you know, that's oh yeah, hybrid cars initiative. Oil demand goes down. I know that's going to be an issue, possibly. Don't know if that's going to hurt the economy or not, and it might. It just might. But let's find out. Let's go ahead and hit next. Get that next turn going. Credit rating downgrade. Now this is what I'm trying to avoid, because that's, you know, when we have a deficit, that's going to, whoa, see that? Oh, we have a surplus though. Look at that, and that's because of that. But let's go back to the motorists who we need to appease a little bit here. Oh, you don't know where to go. It's right here. Let's increase that big time. Now that may again hurt the oil industry, but we're gonna try our best to solve that. Let's go back to schools, state schools, technology schools, colleges. I'm gonna bump that up. Education is gonna definitely be boosted. Socialists are not gonna be too happy. Okay, down to 15. We have a nice little surplus. Look at that. Look at there. Me balancing the budget, but I still need more people in my corner. And subsidies. Who does this affect? By a few motorists. So that's a positive. You know what? I'm liking this. These might have good effects on me, though. Who else was I looking at? Environmentalists, of course, that was a 1. What about this? This is road building. It actually is a good thing for the motorist, whom I'm totally just neglecting here. Some expansion, major expansion, but environmentalists would take a huge jump if we cut the cost on that. Existing roads fixed. I like that one, but we can just, yeah, we can actually take that down a tad. Motorists are really gonna hate me, but I'm trying to win over the hearts and mind. You know, I gotta come back to this. Don't have enough political capital to achieve that. So let's come back. You know, I really want to win over the parents. That's just something. Sweatshop scandal. Okay. So let's just know some things. Now maybe I'm moving too fast. I'm going to slow down a little bit too. But now you can see trade unionists not happy. We can definitely do some things to fix this, like labor laws, which is something that we do need to work on. It's going to negatively affect the capitalists, I think. We need to balance that out a little bit. Capitalists, it definitely negatively affects. Productivity, it affects. But, you know, we're making some people happy here. I'm going to go with it. Make it balanced. Capitalist, you know, there's a minimal effect on capitalism, or the capitalists, so I'm going to apply that. Make some of these people happy. The poor are not too happy right now. Homelessness. If I were to raise food stamps or something like that, that would help them out. Or if I were to, not that one, that's state pension. Unemployment benefit, that would also be a good thing. So if I raise this, but I can't yet. Let's just come back to that. We're low on those points. Okay, and we need to check our government too. Credit rating upgraded. Now that's because we have a surplus now, so it's going up back to BBB. Which is good. It's a good sign. Alright, so here we are, guys. We're in a pickle still because we need to make some people happy. Now we have a 99 billion surplus. I could lower taxes, but again, that's just not something I'm really prepared to do. We went down, now we're going back up. Hopefully we can keep climbing. If I keep raising this, I'm not going to be making many happy people. Education needs to go up even more. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with education. And I can raise this. So where are we at right now? That's 93. I have about a good amount I can add it or improve it by. That's going to hit our pockets, of course. And mind you guys, one thing you got to remember. Oh, okay, so she's about to resign, which is really bad. Oh, and here we go with the same-sex marriage. That's a big issue. Definitely a big issue. Wow. Until recently, this hasn't been an issue. Marriage has been a straightforward issue and a ceremony reserved for heterosexual couples. But increasingly, the more liberal ministers have been carrying out same-sex marriages. Should we ban this at the constitutional level? Whew, that's a tough one, and I have my own views on this whole issue, but I'm going to allow it because we want equality in our country. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. But she's not happy with me, so her loyalty, which I mentioned, I had actually alluded to. Need to check on these guys' loyalty. Most are loyal. She's not, and he's not. He's a liberal. She's a liberal. That's exactly why. So, there's a few things I can do. I could fire them, but it has a very, very negative effect. Let's see. This one doesn't hurt so bad though. If I reshuffle, fires everyone in the cabinet and returns them to the list of available members for reassignment. This costs some political capital. So firing them would be a problem. So I'm going to rehire my cabinet. So we're going to start with foreign policy. Foreign policy. Let's go to foreign. Okay, right here. He's not that loyal and he's liberal. The reason I'm saying liberal because they're not too supportive of me right now. So let's go foreign policy. I need somebody who's good and who likes me. Foreign policy, where are you at? I need someone who is good at it. He's good at it. Loyalty is not quite there. Foreign policy. His loyalty is there. His experience is not. Foreign policy, right here. Stephen Powell. Let's bring him back. He was there initially, I think. So we have the welfare guy now, liberal again. So let's see if we can find somebody. See, trade unionist, socialist. Her experience is low, but I like her loyalty. But I probably should hire for experience too. Economy, liberal. Loyalty is not there. Economy, now see, that is good. That is real good. Economy, I'm going to hire Norma Lee for that. Tax. Look for tax. Tax here, tax there. Socialist, motorist. I like that. I like Russell for this one. Oh, but wait. No, he's a liberal. But his loyalty is there. Socialist and liberal. So that's really, but his experience is better. Russell's experience. But let's keep looking though. Tax. But loyalty is not there. Tax. Joshua Richardson. I'm going to hire him for that. His loyalty is dwindling, which is hurting some, you know what? What about this guy? Motorist, though. I'm nervous about that because I don't have the most friendly motorist policies in place. Tax. Okay, I think we'll go back to Russell Wilson there. Russell Lewis, sorry. What is this one? Public services. Yeah, Heather Campbell just doesn't like me. Public services. Joshua Rodriguez. He's a liberal, though. He doesn't like me too much. Well, he does like me, but still. Oh, public services. Experience is so low. Public services. Public service right here. It's a gamble. I'm gonna take it. Law and order. Just thought about the show. Law and order. Right here. Loyalty is low. Law and order. Experience is low, but I still like her for the job. Right here. This is a good one. Trade unionist, socialist. Okay. Transportation. Right here. Now she's a good option for this. I think minorities. Transport. Let me just make sure. Transport. No. But he's a liberal. Darn it. Transport. Carol Davis. And the poor, which is good because I'm in there. They like me. There we go, guys. We have a good cabinet now. So there we go. We're good to go on that front. Look at there, guys. We have 53%, 53.7, 55 billion profit. Let's go ahead and let some of these changes take effect over time because most of them do. Internet economy takes off. That's good. Business leaders have declared that our country is one of the most internet and technology-centered economies in the world. A record number of our citizens now shop and work over the internet, and broadband web access is now almost universal. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So the religious are going down. Conservatives are going down. We need to fix that. Yesterday, abortion law is one way we can do that. Whew. Yeah, let's see about that, actually. Yeah, see, liberals are really gonna... We'll go down to life. See, this is very tough because on one hand, you make it very tough for you know, abortion. On this hand, though, we can make it... Wait a minute, I'm not trying to please... Right, I'm trying to please the religious and the conservatives. So that's a move I can make there. Let's do that. I want to please these guys because they are... How do I counteract antisocial behavior? Police force. So, antisocial behavior. By lowering the police force? Not gonna happen. Definitely not gonna happen. Conservatives, I need those guys to like me. Private prisons. Death penalty. For homicide, rape, liberal, violent crimes, liberalism. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do that. I'm going to... For violent rape, I'll stop there. But to raise it, I have to have more capital. Darn it. We'll come back to that issue. Here I am again trying to appease. Now this gun issue. Woo-wee! But, tell you what. No automatics. Patriots don't like me so much. Parents like me more. Liberals don't like me as much. I need some of these guys to go into... to really start liking me here. So I'm trying to get conservatives to come up there. And I need conservatives. I really need conservatives. So I think... Let's see. Some re-education. Call sales and... oh, really? There you go. I like that. Liberals would like that. Conservatives, state employees, a lot of people would like that. Let's go ahead and do that then. That's one way to make some people happy. Conservatives, narcotics, that's already outlawed. Not much we can do with that. What about this? Private prisons. Conservatives, liberal crime goes down, trade unionist. Let's not do that. Let's not mess with this. Because there's certain parties I don't really want to mess with too much. Gated communities. I wonder what that has to do. Okay, so conservative and the wealthy like it. Equality goes down, of course. Gated communities. Right now we're a little bit indifferent. Apparently we've just totally neglected the... Let's go ahead and end and see. Freedom of information. What is this? Oh, okay, here we go. There have been calls for a law to increase the availability of information held on databases about citizens without their knowledge. These include the records held by private medical companies, insurance companies, and debt collection agencies, as well as information held by government departments. Reject proposal. Nobody likes the idea of the government holding information about them, but in some circumstances this needs to be done. The government isn't out to spy on everyone, but passing this law would just make it harder for the intelligence services to keep watch on serious criminals and terrorists. It will also affect a large number of businesses who have customer databases who will be swamped with yet more bureaucracy. Proposed Freedom Act. It is essential that we have this law passed, as it is one of the checks and balances required in any truly free society. And this is very true. Very true, but for the groups I'm trying to appease, guys, I'm going to actually reject this proposal. That's a heavy one, though. I'm sure I'm going to get backlash for that. 53.7. We're at a deficit of 150. We're going to have to... we're going to have to do something else to increase... Oh yeah, motorists would absolutely hate us. We can't let that happen. Conservatives love us right now, but we are at a deficit, folks. I gotta find ways to bring back money into our economy. And of course, oh man. One thing that's great about the liberals is that they cause you to spend less on the government. So that's one positive thing. I'll tell you what, education, but that's not really going to help me too much. But the budget goes too far down, folks. We're going to really get some backlash. So I need to find a way to increase our income here. Alright, let me see, what else can I do to inheritance tax, right? let's say I lower this tax, right? Let's say I lower that tax. Alright, and then raise regular taxes. But raising this tax is going to piss off any group. So equality goes up, first of all, by raising the taxes. Capitalists are angry. Middle income, I can't have them voting against me, that's for sure. And they're already close. So I tell you what, let's just, plus we need a little bit more in order to pull that off. But I definitely need more income here. I can't raise that too much. Socialist, equality, capitalists, all these groups come down. Middle income and capitalists come down. Something I can't let happen. So we have to find another way to, I think I just did do that though, but we have to find another way to appease some of these groups. I need these folks to come on my side though. Crime, which is affected by a whole bunch of things. Right. Intelligence services. Let me come back in the next turn when I have more points to spend. Credit rating downgraded again, folks. And we knew that was going to happen because of the situation. But I had to do that. Let's see. 56. That's our presidential rating right now. We've got to break that deficit down. I got to cut spending somewhere, and I just don't know where to cut it. Not going to cut it there. Economy. Pollution controls. Capitalist. Emissions. GDP. Alright, I'll lose a little bit from the environmentalist, but that's only millions that I'm saving though, by the way, not billions, which is what I need to be saving right now. Small business grants. Oh man. This has a whole lot of positivity to it. Let's go ahead and add that. And so I'm actually adding costs right now instead of taking it away. We have to find a way, and I'm going to try to do that now. That's the technology grants. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. What is this? Capital gains tax. That affects the GDP. Not going to touch it. What is this? Sales tax. You know what I'm going to do? Well, they're almost in my pocket, actually. It's funny because I'm almost performing like a Republican here, and I don't I don't really, like I say, on both sides of the coin, I don't really embrace a lot of each either, whether it's Democrat or Republican. There's a few policies on each side that I just don't agree with, and a few groups that they support that I don't support so much, but that's just me. It's just me. Now I could add more here, and if I do that, I am definitely going to anger the motorists. Let's see, where are those motorists at? You know what, they're almost in my pocket. I'm not going to fuss about that too much. I'm going to do that. Okay, so now we have somebody potentially plotting against us. Oil? Really? Yikes, so we had a terrorist attack on our lands here. Alright. Still going up in the polls, but that deficit is ridiculous. Okay, let's go ahead and play around with this patrol tax a little more. See what we can squeeze out of here. And that's going to kill the motorists. They're not going to like me. Environmentalists will like me. I got to get a little bit aggressive here, folks, because I am going to need votes, and I'm going to need money. Money. Got to get that money from somewhere. Credit rating downgraded again. Of course. What is surprising to me? Okay. Wow. And of course, that's going to start tanking. Again, when the GDP starts going down, guys, and our credit rating starts tanking, that's a bad thing, which actually affects everybody, pretty much. Not everybody, but enough people. Okay. So I have the environmentalist in my pocket, state employees, conservatives, retired. I'm not entirely sure it's going to be enough. Really not sure it's going to be enough. Social behavior goes down, state employees. This is going to have a good effect. I'm going to add that. Of course, that's going to add to our bill. Yes, indeed, it will. Alright, so let's see here. What other things can I... Rail subsidies. Rail usage commuters. Poor earnings. Really? I'm gonna lower that though. I'm gonna save costs there. Don't want to be random either, but that's maximum. What about foreign policy? Border controls. Ooh. Border controls. The Patriots won't like it. I guess we have to somehow appease some others too, though. Let me just see where the Patriots are. Yeah, they see they love me. But I think cutting that down a little bit won't hurt. Yeah, it hurt a little bit. It'll hurt a little bit. Make some concessions for some of these people, though. We can't just be picking one group and pleasing them only. Military spending, of course, they like that. Right. How about this one? Foreign aid. Okay. Motorist. Yeah, that's not cute at all. Trade unionist. It's not gonna make a big difference. Okay, well, we're gonna end this video soon. I want to actually, we're gonna try to finish it out and see what our vote is gonna be. I'm betting that if I don't get this budget right, it's gonna be some bad situations here. If I do that, Patriot goes down, parents go up, liberals go down, but I can't do that because I don't have enough capital. Let's just hit that next turn, see what some of these other things probably still affecting me. Internet tracking. Oh, I see. Okay, this is another one of those spying things. Oh, God. I'm going to allow tracking. Just this once. My rating is high, but I still don't know if I'm going to win the votes. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the votes. System here. Votes. Right now I have... Oh, actually it's... Whoa. Oh, it's looking pretty good here, but I'm going to need more if I want to win. And I want to win these folks over. I really need to win these folks over. Violent crime is affected by the police force. It's negatively affecting that. Death penalty, which I did take a stand on. You know what? Nope. Let's get a little bit... You know, I'm going to need another turn for that, though. Yeah, I know. Internet scandal. Awesome. Antisocial behavior. Oh, good. Antisocial behavior is now the end. I should get a bump for that. This, on the other hand, eesh. A new situation has arisen. Patrol protest. Now, this is going to have an effect on us too, guys. Now, watch how different the landscape looks. My popularity went down a bunch. Different groups, trade unions, motorists, parents, not like me, conservatives, because they have a lot of things going in their favor right now. I need to, again, try to win. Now, see, that's affecting everyone again. of course, the tax rate, which is exactly why we have an issue. Tax rate is not quite good. I'll tell you what, let's raise taxes just a tad bit. Middle income won't like me for this. They will not like me for this. But what has to be done has to be done. I'm going to lower that petroleum rate. Yeah. Alright, let's hit it. We might be coming to our election very soon, which we are, folks. Here we go. This is what we want to see, and that's how quick this game really is. So let's go ahead and start the count. If I get reelected, I will be happy, and it's looking good right now. Interesting. I'm gonna win the election. Nice. I won the election. Let's look at the breakdown here. Cool. And the first time I played, first few times I played, I actually never won yet, so this is a good thing for me. So let's see. The socialists came out to vote. They had 63% shared the vote, and they really voted for me. They were really torn, though, between not voting and then voting for me, but they definitely didn't vote for the opposition. Commuter voted for me, believe it or not. But I think they were in my pocket anyway. Not pocket, you know what I mean. But the liberals, they voted against me big time. Self-employed, they were cut down the middle. Poor voted for me. The farmers voted for me. Youth, they voted for me. Capitalist, they came out, but it was split. And I know I haven't done a whole lot for the capitalists. The retired, they voted for me. Patriots, of course, they voted for me. The motorists, I'm very shocked at that. They still, more people voted for the opposition than me, but it was much closer than I suspected it would be. Religious, they overwhelmingly voted for me. That's great. Trade unionists voted for me. Wealthy voted for me. Environmentalists split down the middle, I would say. Middle income, another surprise for me. I thought they would, by a landslide, vote against me, but they did not. That's good. Parents voted against me. I need to work on that. Conservatives love me. State employees love me. Well, they like me. Ethnic minorities, they don't like me too much. I need to work on some of those things too. And everyone, overall, they like me more, obviously. That's great. That's great. So the count, 35% of the vote. But see, there's a bunch of non-voters, and that's because of those groups that I just really didn't sway one way or the other. The orange bars. So let's go ahead and begin our next term. Nice. Electoral success. We're awesome. And of course, we're still being hunted by some random party member who doesn't like me very much. So child labor law. This is easy for me. I'm going to criminalize child labor. Let's do that. For the sake of the children, folks. So we're back here. Still have a 57.75%. But our deficit, guys, is really bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Let's take a look at this and see. We're not quite there yet. Let's take a look at the petroleum issue. Not quite there yet because we cut the cost on that. So this second term, which is my last term, by the way, I could start to get a little bit aggressive on some issues. And in part, I'm going to raise taxes because we have to fix the budget, which is tough. It's really tough. I'm not going to lie to you. That's going to be a big one. I may lose a lot of vote. But honestly, it's going to be a two-way street because if I let the budget continue to go down, the GDP is going to have such a negative effect on so many people. You don't see it now because it just shows capitalists. But if this is red instead of blue, blue means it's okay, I guess now. But it's going to turn red if the deficit of our debt becomes too much. Like once I believe that past 4 trillion, this is going to turn red, and then we're going to start to see it negatively affect a bunch of groups here. So when we come back, guys, we're going to try to work on the economy here, which is all these bubbles. But obviously, tax is going to probably be a part of that, or we're going to start cutting some policies. Now, here's another guess of mine, that the farther away the bubble is, the less impactful it is. I could be totally wrong about that. But I think I am wrong about that. I don't know why, but if you notice, some of these bubbles shuffle every time we, in the turn or whatever. But there we go, guys. We're going to end the video now. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Like and subscribe. Please like the video, and don't forget to comment. I want to hear your thoughts on my presidency here. Let me know if I'm doing well or if I'm doing horrible. And if any liberals out there, please don't smash your TVs or your laptops or your computer, desktop monitors. Don't do that, because I promise I'm going to look out for you guys a little bit in this next term. We're going to see what I can do to appease some of you guys. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let's end the video. See you in the next one.